Hi guys, and welcome to episode 9 of the Spfl RTG. Trying something a little bit different today with the highlights of the remaining games that we played in the weekend league, which means unusually we'll be pretty positive the whole time if we're just talking about goals that we've scored. But the big news is, of course, the Evolutions proper are back. So you can see two new members of the starting lineup there, the 84 rated Arne Engels and the 85 rated Luis Palma. Danny Armstrong on the bench is going to go into that right winger Evo that dropped, and of course we got the new left back Bombasted Evo, which will take Alex Valle up in rating as well. Palma went into a couple of the Evos, the left wing one and the goal scorer one, and Engels went into the one where you could take a silver centre mid and boost them heavily. But without further ado, let's get into our first set of highlights for the remaining games of the SPFL RTG. If you remember rightly, unfortunately, we were 2 wins and 3 losses after the first 5 games again. So the goal is to finish positive. But as you can see, a nice little team goal right from kickoff from Cherny there. We did end up going 3-1 down in this game. I felt as though it wasn't actually deserved. We were getting a lot of chances in the game. It just wasn't paying off, and he was catching us on the counter with Griezmann quite a lot. But we do end up scoring here with Dyson Maeda. The first set of highlights is before we had Luis Palma and Arne Engels in the team as well. So at this point, we're still playing with a silver player in Dyson Maeda. I know that looked like it was just a terrible shot from Shanklin, but it does get a big deflection, which is why we get the corner, and Proper gets the equaliser. Unfortunately, with the last kick of the game, this guy scored the winner with, I think it was Jude Bellingham. So on to the next game of some of the highlights, where we tackle him in our own half. Nice little one-touch football there. We do get a little bit lucky with these two defenders colliding together, and Lawrence Shanklin makes no mistake in the 1v1, putting us 1-0 up in this game. And then shortly after, we do end up getting the second goal of the game. Dyson Maeda does get tackled on the edge, and again we get a little bit lucky with some ricochets. It falls to Maeda, who gives it to Kyogo, and he's going to make no mistake from there either. A few minutes later in this game, he has a corner, and we head it to Callum McGregor, who starts to drive forward, and this is actually quite a nice goal compared to the 2 goals we've scored in this video. Ball forward for Cherny, fake shot inside, and bends it into the far corner. 3-0 up, lovely stuff. He did pull one back, but again, right from kickoff, we do take the ball up the park, and we score our 4th goal of the game. Cherny takes the ball out wide, turns around, gives it across to Shankland, who does have his effort saved, but Kyogo, first time on his weaker foot from the edge of the box, makes it 4-1. Then he gets an offside there. This is just before half time. Callum McGregor to Diamande. Dyson Maeda finds Alex Valle. He drives towards the byline. Lovely ball to Shankland, who, despite a few defenders in his way, does find the side netting, and that guy does choose to rage quit. I wasn't going to show a lot of teams unless I thought they were significant, and of course this guy, fair play to him, he's using a full Evolution Marseille side. I think his left mid in Greenwood might be a little bit controversial to some people, but fair play to him for doing his own little Evos for what he seems to be the team he supports, I would imagine. But this is actually the first game to feature Luis Palma and Arne Engels in the highlights as well. Valle sends the ball in, and Kyogo heads it in to the back of the net. As you can see, it is now 2-2 in this game. The second goal we scored was a cutback. I didn't want to show very many cutbacks because they are what they are. But nice, well worked goal. Palma cuts inside and bends it into the back of the net. He's nowhere near as fast as Dyson Maeda, but he's finishing and dribbling more than make up for it compared to that. Unfortunately, we did go on to lose against the Marseille guy. So this is, of course, our next game. Callum McGregor fires it into the back of the net, and we do actually get a quick fire double. We intercept the ball straight from kickoff. Cherny drives up, gives it to Callum McGregor out wide for James Tavernier, who hits it from rare and scores a rare non-penalty or free kick goal for the SPFL RTG. And that caused the guy to rage quit. We were 2-0 down in the next game. that were shown here. He had Player of the Month Haaland and 85 Marcus Rashford with the Total Rush Neymar as well. But we do get back into the game thanks to a Kyogo effort inside the box. Again, the next goal was a cutback, and we do just before half time take the lead in the game. Callum McGregor gets a little bit lucky there, keeping a hold of the ball. Kyogo 1-2 with McGregor, and he fires it into the back of the net, making it 3-2 to us just before half time. Rashford raging about that. Then just after half time, big save from Butland. We clear it up the park to Czerny. He takes a lovely touch on the outside through for Kyogo. He turns away from his man. He threads it through. Lovely pass for Shankland, and I'm a big fan of this goal, actually, based off of the build-up for it. 4-2 up after being 2-0 down. We then get a penalty in the game, clear-cut penalty, not like some of the penalties that we received in the previous episode where some of them were a little bit dodgy. Tavernier steps up, and this time, unfortunately, the goalie makes the save. However, luckily for us, we do deliver it in well from the corner, and Proper makes it 5-2 thanks to his header. Then, a few minutes later in the game, we do win it from the corner, and we do a lovely counter-attack. Palma gives it to McGregor, skips away from Walker, but he's always going to have the pace to catch back up, so he threads an inch-perfect pass through to Palma, who fires it into the back of the net, making it 6-3. He did actually score in that time beforehand as well, and we did end up winning that game. Now, this is the only game where I'm going to show you every single goal, and I'll show you why afterwards with the calibre of team that we played here. It was absolutely ridiculous. But we do take the lead early on in the game, 1-0 thanks to Kyogo, and then we do take a 2-goal advantage in the game as well. Luis Palma just looking for an option there, gives it to Czerny, who goes on a wee bit of an R1 dribble run. And then cuts it back to Shanko, and this is one of the only cutbacks you're going to see. Well, you'll see a few in this game, and makes it 2-0. But as you could see there, a wee teaser as to what his team was like. That was not a first owner, Eden Hazard, but we did score a lovely chip goal with Kyogo. First time chip, lovely stuff. He did bring it back to 3-3, as you can see, and I was really disappointed with that, and I thought that was it. We're going to lose this game now. However, lovely ball over the top from Valle, ball across from Palma. Kyogo makes no mistake. And we tackle him straight from kickoff, and then we end up getting ourselves a 2-goal lead almost immediately. Lovely ball through from Palma. Shanklin skips away from Saliba, fires it across, and Kyogo scores again. I think that is the last cutback you're going to see in this video, to be fair. Like I said, I didn't want to show too many of them. But we do end up making it 6-3 as well. Czerny gets a little bit lucky, keeping possession. Tavernier sends it in, header from Shankland, and then lovely improvisation from the rebound there to flick it into the back of the net from Shankland as well. And then the final goal of the game in this one, Kyogo driving forward, turns inside, lovely stuff. Czerny hits it, and even though it's not a cutback, it's still not the greatest goal in the world, a little rebound from that range. But this is why I wanted to show you all the goals from this game. This team was absolutely ridiculous compared to mine. As you can see, domination in the stats, but look, you've got the likes of Eden Hazard, Thierry Henry, exactly, he evoed that, Mendy as well, Van Dijk, Saliba, Desai. It was ridiculous. But we did manage to come away with a 7-3 win in the end. On to the next game, which will be the final game of the highlights in the video. Lovely ball through from Engels. That precision pass plus is making a massive difference for balls in behind. In my opinion, compared to Diamande. Diamande probably slightly better defensively, but it's making a huge difference, balls in behind. But we do go 2-0 up in this game. Czerny finds himself a bit of space, fires it into the back of the net, and then we get arguably the goal of the video. It caught me by surprise, and it made this guy rage quit at the same time as well. We pick up the ball with Casemiro, fire it out to Czerny, ball over the top for Kyogo. He sends his cross into the box, and then a touch on the thigh and bicycle kick from Lawrence Shankland to make it 3-0, and we do end up 8-7 overall. So we did get that positive record that we wanted, an improvement on last week. However, I feel as though we could have maybe got 9 or 10 wins. There was a couple of games in there that I feel like we shouldn't have lost. On to the rewards though. As I said in the Motherwell Celtic review, there is a massive player in rewards here. So we got Pajor for relatively decent in game, but good for fodder. We got the exact same Team of the Week in both Team of the Week packs, which was a shame. Some decent fodder there in Danny Carvajal, but the big one coming up is now Vinicius Jr. as the 86 plus player pick at 1.8 million coins at the time of recording, and that one took me by surprise. So a little bit of a preview of what the Evos are going to look like when they're finished. The ones I was talking about, 86 out of 5, nice card at that point. I don't think we'll stick him on the free kicks, but we'll see. And Danny Armstrong goes up to 76 rated. There was obviously better options that I could have picked at the time. However, I want to start working my way towards getting that team sorted for all 12 teams being represented in some capacity, and to do that I need to start evoing more players from that aren't always the best options. So Danny Armstrong is on that list, and it'll be a good option off the bench, as you can see from the stats there as well. I have decided to take Schmeichel off the bench, even though he was 80 rated. He was just taking up a slot that was never going to get used, and as I said, there was some games where I feel like I didn't deserve to lose, and if I'd had better options off the bench, I might not have lost them. But once those Evos are finished, we're in a position, unbelievably, thanks to Vi going up to 86 rated, that we just need one more centre-half evolution to either Evo someone else, and then we'll take Proper's place, which would be a shame because he's scoring a lot of headers from corners for me at the moment, or Evo Proper further so that he becomes 80 rated plus, and to Evo Shankland as well, and get him up to that rating, or another striker. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll get the next episode up ASAP, probably maybe looking at Champs qualifiers, maybe seeing if we can go 5-0. But if you did like the episode, please leave a like, and I'll catch you after, and subscribe as well.